Love your yard with a new outdoor space from F&B Landscaping. From a new build to a new project in an existing yard, we listen and give you the yard you want within your budget. Lawns, water features, xeriscaping. We've got the artistic touch and technical know-how to bring the peak of Colorado outdoor living to your home. Reliable, trustworthy. Visit fblandscapes.com to schedule a free consultation today. Well, as we move toward the end of the week here, the story continues to be fire weather concerns. I'm Matt Meister. You are on Peaks to Plains Weather. And as we jump into the forecast, you can see where we've got red flag warnings for Thursday. It's the interstate westward. For Friday, we have another red flag warning. And then there's a little bit of a break because a pattern change begins to develop. On the large scale, that pattern includes the high over the eastern United States beginning to build to our south. That process is beginning across Mexico, and we'll start to notice the high here inch up into the area by the time the weekend begins. There are a couple waves in this sort of general messy trough over the western U.S. I've highlighted those for you in yellow. They're important because they'll move across the area during the afternoons the next couple of days, helping to mix the atmosphere and develop an area of low pressure over the plains that probably keeps breezes going through a good chunk of the evening here for the next couple of nights. A couple severe thunderstorm warnings over the far eastern plains. They get some strong wind in the southeastern corner of the state. Had a gust over 60 miles per hour in Springfield. And we still have a chance of storms today, a little bit farther east in Colorado than yesterday, and the atmosphere isn't as sort of primed. Gusty wind is the biggest threat. Dew points have actually increased this morning up against the Front Range, which is good news, but we blow that off to the east here again in the afternoon. Our dew points tank, that's what gets the fire weather concerns going. For areas where we've got the Aspen Acres fire, of course, the fire to the west of Leadville. We've got the Ouray fire, other fires in western Colorado. And over far eastern Colorado, another chance of some gusty storms that will begin earlier than yesterday, I think around 1 o'clock. Let me take that back here for you. We will get them out of here earlier as well compared to what we had last night. And I think by dinner time, most of those are eastward into Kansas. So that's just something to be aware of here. As we look at the wind, of course, with the drying that I showed you along the interstate, you know that the wind is going to pick up as we head from the morning into the afternoon. We've got north breezes to begin the day in the Pikes Peak region, coming off of the Palmer Divide, but especially here as we hit the back part of the day, that southwest wind is winding out and it will get gusty again. Now, I think the amount of gusts, the persistence of the gusts is not as noticeable as it was earlier in the week. We're still going to have gusts up to 40 miles per hour. The fire is going to make its own weather, so it's still going to be windy in and around the fire. But you can see here even into 7 o'clock and maybe into the late part of the evening, we'll keep some of the noticeable breezes around. Temperatures warming up a little bit over the mountains and the plains. Triple digits in the forecast here. If you don't get them today in Pueblo, you'll get them tomorrow. And so it's the combination of the dry air and the heat that have us still kind of, dealing with these fire weather concerns that we've had all week long. Friday, the gusts pick up again. They get a little bit more sort of localized in terms of 40 mile per hour gusts. We'll still have 30 mile per hour gusts along the Front Range. Models continue to underdo this stuff. That's been the case all week long. And again, I think some of this wind will last into the early part of the evening, in particular around the fire off to the southwest of Pueblo, which will make for a final, very challenging firefighting day because by the time we hit Saturday, at least over the mountains, temperatures start to come down. And by the time we hit Sunday, we start to talk about the chance of some rain. I've got that in the extended forecast on Peaks to Plains Weather, the Peaks to Plains Weather app, peakstoplainsweather.com, Roku, Fire TV, wherever you are. That's where we are. Peaks to Plains Weather, our weather together.